Hi guys, welcome back. So it feels so good to be back and making these videos again. And for today, we are going to be making a coconut curry squash soup. Last year I made a roasted pumpkin soup with, I think it was with candied maple bacon or something, and it was delicious. So this year I'm going to do another type of soup, and it's going to be the coconut curry squash. I think it's going to turn out fantastic, and I'm looking forward to this. So let's get cooking and start making that soup. Okay, so to get started, we are going to get our squash ready to be roasted. My suggestion is to peel the squash first. That was my mistake. I didn't do it, and I should have, because it made it much harder after it was roasted to take the peel off. So peel it first, chop it up, clean the insides out, get it ready to go in the oven. So once your squash is chopped up and cleaned out, you're going to put it on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. You're going to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit on a roast option if your oven has it. Then you're going to take some olive oil or avocado oil, drizzle it over top of your squash, and then you're going to just sprinkle on some seasoning. So I'm using salt and pepper, some onion powder, and some garlic powder. You can also add some nutmeg if you want. Completely optional. So once that's done, then you're going to put it in the oven, and you're going to probably roast it or bake it for about 45 minutes to an hour until it is soft and you can put a fork right through it. Alright, so I'm ready to make the base of the soup. So I'm chopping up a half of a small white onion. Just finely chop it and put it in a stock pot. I'm also going to chop up approximately 3 or 4 stalks of celery or celery stalks and put that in the stock pot as well. I'm also going to add about 2 to 3 cloves of minced garlic. Now I'm not using actual garlic cloves. I bought a bottle of already minced garlic, and it works out to be about 2, maybe 3 teaspoons of garlic. And then I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of butter, and now put it on the stove. Alright, so at this point I am just sauteing the onions and the celery stalk and the butter, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to let this keep sauteing for about another minute while I check on the squash. It's been in there for about 45 minutes. It's probably ready to come out of the oven, so I'm just going to check it and take it out of the oven. The squash needs about another 2 or 3 minutes, so I'm going to be adding a half a teaspoon of pepper and a half a teaspoon of kosher salt to the celery and onions, and then I'm also going to be adding 3 to 5 cups of vegetable stock, probably about 5 cups of vegetable stock, and I'm going to mix that and just let it come to a simmer. I let the squash cool down, just cool enough that I could actually handle it, and then I removed the peel off of it. This is where I said peel it at the beginning. It would have made this part of it way easier. So once it's all peeled and chopped up, you're going to add it into your soup base. As your soup starts to come to a boil, you're going to add your curry powder next. So I'm adding 3/4 of a teaspoon of yellow curry powder. You can add a little bit more or a little less. It's completely up to how you like the taste of curry. I don't like it very strong, so I'm only adding 3/4 of a teaspoon to it. At this point, you're going to bring your soup to a boil, and then you're going to take a hand blender or an immersion blender, and you are very carefully, so it doesn't spit and splatter everywhere, and because it's very, very hot, please be very careful, and you are going to blend your soup until it is all smooth and creamy. Alright, so after you've blended it a little bit, you're going to get a can of coconut milk, and you're going to very slowly add it into your soup. So with your hand blender on low, slowly blend your soup and add the coconut milk at the same time until it is all incorporated. Now that everything is incorporated, your soup is done. So just leave it on your stove on a very low setting and let it simmer. Oh my gosh, you guys, the house smells amazing right now. And the soup, it turned out beautifully. It's creamy. It smells so good. Oh my gosh, it is delicious. It does not have a strong curry taste, which for me is fantastic because I'm not a big curry fan, but it just adds a nice flavor to it. And then of course the coconut milk, not overpowering, but you can taste that sort of coconutty flavor running through the soup. I love it. It turned out so well. This is why I like making soups. When you have all the right stuff, it just combines beautifully, turns out awesome, and it's creamy and delicious. I also made some homemade bread in my bread machine. I didn't show you guys that because really you don't need to see that. It was all about the soup today. So it's amazing. Give this recipe a try. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell. That notification bell is actually really important because now that I'm posting videos again, you'll get notified whenever I post a new one. So thank you so much to everybody for watching my videos. I appreciate you, and I will see you for my next recipe.